So patch day was not long ago, and is your favorite mod still broken? Do you see this terrible error message when you try to load a game? Well, that's because new civilization were added. It's not a hard problem to solve, but maybe the author of the mod is not updating it anymore, or doesn't have the time right now. Whatever is the case, I'll show you 2 ways to fix it yourself. Those 2 ways do require a bit of effort, but it's nothing too crazy. Let's jump into it. First, you'll need to know where your mod is located. Easiest way is to go into the mod manager in-game, find your mod, and click open directory. The path will look like something like games, Age of Empire 2D, some numbers, and then mods. Keep that open, we'll need it for later. Now, why is your mod crashing? The error message tells us it's because the amount of civilization is not the same. So we'll need to force the game to go back to the amount of civilization it had before the DLC, but only for your mod. So we can finally start with the first method. The mod I want to personally fix is one in my local folder, but if yours is in the subscribe folder, it is the same thing. So I'll just open mine and click on the one I want to fix, which is Testing Ground, which is a mod I use to just test random mod and random idea I have at times. And we'll go all the way to the end. So resources, common, dat, and we will stay on this page right here. And this is where we will bring another file that will fix the civilization. And the file we need is called civilizations.json. And where do we find this? Let's bring the other folder. We find it right here in your Steam library, Steam Apps, Common, AOE2D. So pretty much find your game file inside your Steam library, wherever it may be. And then we go in Resources, Common, DAT, and then it will be in there. As you notice, it is the same path for Resources, Common, DAT as the other folder, because we follow the same path because the mod will replace this path once you place the file in it. So here it is, civilization.json, and we will, right here, copy, paste it. Just very easy, copy, paste it, and then you don't need to worry about the other folder. I'll still keep it open for now, though. And now we go back into your mod. So you'll have a .dat file and a .json file. And now I'll open it with Notepad, because I believe most people will probably have Notepad and not anything else. And then this is the civilization.json, and you can see there is every civilization in the game currently. So Britain, Franks, Goths, I believe they're all in order. And if we scroll at the bottom, we can see the new civilization. Peru, Thracian, Macedonian. If we scroll a bit, the Khitans. So what we want is to pretty much eliminate the new civilization that were added, because your mod probably work with the existing civ, so Khitans, Jurchen, all of that, and now the new civ probably broke something, right? So we want to remove them, so just carefully select here, so starting with this bracket, and then we go down, those 3 civ we're removing, up to here, delete everything, up right here, and then you can save, make sure to save everything, right? And then you are at the Khitans, which was the previous patch without those new DLC civ. So we can close this, and there it is. That is it. So a bit of folder manipulation to do, just finding the right folder and the right file. But now everything in your mod, so right here, my testing ground, will be possible. You just cannot use the new civilization with that mod. But the nice thing with this method is that if you are playing with friends and they are playing random, they cannot random into those other civilization, right? So everything will work as intended. And now we can switch to the method 2. So for the second method, we'll be using Genie Editor, and we'll change the amount of civilization directly from the data mod itself. So what we need to do is to find our mod again. So for me this time, I'll just be switching because I have another mod that I use, which is Testing Ground 2. And I'll go to the end again, and we have the Empire 2 x2p1.dat, and this is what we need to open inside GenieEditor. So if you know how to use GenieEditor, I won't be teaching you anything, but if you want to know how to open it real quick and you don't have any idea, it's a quick crash course. You go back to AOE2DE. So we were here, we like just went all the way. We click back on AOE2DE, and then we go on Tool Builds, and then Advanced GenieEditor Tray.exe, and it will open the GenieEditor where you can modify data mod. And as you can see, I already have the path right here for my mod. So we just open it, and all you need to do if you don't have anything written there is to simply find the path that is right here for your mod, which is not too bad. You've played with the folder already a bit. You should be able to find it just fine. And all we need to do is to go into civilizations. And if you scroll down, you see that it stopped at Khitans. And you probably think, oh, we're fine. I don't want a new civ. But the thing is, the amount, since we didn't modify the citizen.json in the second method, we're going in a roundabout way here. So we need to create fake dummy civ. So here we add simply 3 civilization. You can name them whatever you want. So let's go with A, B, and C. It doesn't matter. I don't even think you need to name them, but whatever. And then you simply have to save. That's it. And then once it's saved, the game will understand that there is the same amount of civilization. The caveat, though, with this method is that if you play random, you can random into those civilizations, which would be an issue in some games because those civilizations don't exist, right? They are not linked to anything. But they are Chronicle Civ, right? So if your mod is not supposed to be playable with Chronicle Civs, there is no issue then. If it's just for some random game, random skirmish with friends or whatever, you won't have a chance to get them if it's not within the Chronicle era or wherever you play those civ, right? So here I just want to be able to use my testing ground 2 again. I add 3 fake civ, and then we have the same amount of civ in-game as in this mod, which is 56. So right here, I can go back here. As long as you save, this .dat will be updated, and there will be no issue. And that's pretty much it. Those are 2 methods. You can pick the one you want. The second one is probably quicker if you know your way around GenieEditor a bit. But the first method is probably better if you just want to be able to randomize and maybe not have any other prior issue, but you can do whatever you want for your situation. Anyhow, that's it for me. Have a good one.